You're out off the coast of Japan sea fishing and you take a moment to reflect on the beauty of the nature around you. Through your journey, you've experienced many things such as searching for crustaceans, visiting sacred rocks, and making offerings to the deities of the sea. This is Namiji, which was designed by Antoine Bauza and published by FunForge, who sponsored this video. Hi everybody, my name is Nick Murphy of the Brothers Murph, and we are here with BoardGameGeek.com. Now I've got some fish to catch and my boat is ready to set sail, so let's get this game down to the table to go a little more in focus on Namiji. In Namiji, players will set sail mere miles from the Tokaido Road as they hope to load their boats with fish, create stunning panoramas of sea life, and more as they visit various stations along their route. Here, players will be sailing around the board and the player that is furthest behind on the route will take a turn. They must move forward at least one space, but they can travel farther if they like so long as they land on an empty station. The station they land on dictates the action they will take. A player can even take a turn and still find themselves behind all other players, in which case it will be their turn again. Players can land on an angler station to fish and fill up the racks of their boat. Players are rewarded for filling rows and columns on their boat with fish of the same shape or color. Players can try their hand at net fishing on net fishing stations, and they will draw a tile that fills 2 spots on their boat. There is so much beautiful sea life to see on a journey, and players can work on panoramas of dolphins, octopuses, and whales. As each section of a panorama is completed, that player immediately scores points. Players can press their luck at the crustacean stations where they will draw tokens from a bag one at a time. They can continue drawing but must be careful because while they can draw any amount of shrimp, they can draw no more than 1 crab. If they draw 2 crabs, the entire catch is lost. If they stop drawing before 2 crabs, all tokens are collected and each awards 1 point immediately. Players might want to visit sacred rock stations where they can draw cards that will score points at the end of the game if the player fulfills the scoring conditions. These cards will often be based on how well you did in various areas of the game, such as completing panoramas or fishing. Players can make offerings to the deities of the sea to please them, but beware, if you don't make your offerings, you will lose points at the end of the game. Players occasionally must dock and rest after the previous leg of their journey. Once all players have reached the dock cards are drawn and each player collects 1 in turn order. Some dock cards have delicious meals for you to eat and award immediate points when collected. Players can also make upgrades to their equipment while docked, which gives them access to abilities for the rest of the game. Each upgrade will help with a specific action type and show that station's icon at the top of the card. Once all players have received a card from the dock, their journey continues with the next leg. Players can now use their upgrades if they have them, and players will continue to work to fill their boats with fish, create panoramas, and fulfill their sacred rock cards. The game will end once all players have reached the finished port, at which time they will score any sacred rock cards they can, and the player with the highest score wins. Namiji is all about enjoying a beautiful trip along the coast of Japan. You may be rewarded for being the first to a certain station, but you can also take your time as you sail, trying to visit as many different stations as possible. It's up to you how you want your time at sea to play out. And if you want to learn more about Namiji, check out its page or watch the How to Play video on Namiji over at BoardGameGeek.com. And until next time, I'm Nick Murphy. I've been here with Board Game Geek, and we've been going in focus on Namiji. Have a great day.